There was a hearing on Capitol Hill with the very prominent racist Cori Bush. And she was spearheading these hearings, inflaming other racist minded people like her into getting money delivered to people based on skin color. That's racist as can be. Paying somebody for their skin color. That's her agenda. To each their own, but that's her agenda. So they try to link these skin color motivated payments towards a movement called reparations. And I did some thinking about some of the fallacies in this, and say if you were to come up with a calculation for reparations at the time of the Civil War. Let me backtrack. So there's a common myth perpetuated around racist minded individuals like Cori Bush that this country was built on the backs of slaves from a long time ago, and the only slaves there ever were black slaves. The only significant slaves on this planet, I guess, that we talk about. So in this analogy, this country is built on the backs of black slaves. Now, at the time of the Civil War, and these are rough estimates because I was not alive at the time of the Civil War. The South's GDP was roughly 1/11 the size of the North's, or 1/11, or maybe significantly smaller than that. The North dwarfed the South in GDP, and the South was not entirely functioned on slavery. That's another common myth, that these white people, all these white people are walking around with personal slaves. No, only rich people had plantations. So if you take the contribution to GDP of black slaves at that period of time, and you think about the amount of black citizens in this country, you can start to come up with a formula. And in that formula, you will find that black population growth has far outpaced the contribution to GDP of that period of time. So let me just give you an example. You would have every black today getting paid what minuscule amount, say, let's just make up a number, $2,000. We already had $2,000 handed out in benefits from the pandemic. So you could say reparations were already paid. Seems to work out. The math is there. Population growth has far outpaced the economic benefits of the mythical reparations.